Dear friends, first of all, huge thanks for you people to recognize me and think of that I can stand in this platform and speak something that encourages you. So in the morning, I just came and I met the amazing speakers here at TEDxIITDelhi. And astonishingly, I used to know earlier, but still, officially I came to know the ratio among girls and boys is too low. Well, being a girl standing here, I think the next TEDx, the ratio inside this auditorium will be even larger. So here is what made me take the road to come to here and stand and speak to you guys. Definitely, 6-7 years back, like any normal, ambitious student who dreams of being at IITD, it didn't help me reach IITD because I couldn't clear IITJ. And then, like today even, I truly don't know which is the path I'm supposed to take, and I should take, and I want to take. So at that time also I was hanging between, should I take maths, should I take biology, or should I take both? So my over-ambitious parents, more ambitious than me, more confident on me, told me that you can opt for two. The great CBSE allows you to take that. Once upon a time, I thought that, okay, maths and bio, I have to crack one, or I might crack one at least. So after that, luckily, I came to a medical school in Karnataka, supposed to be one of the best medical schools, and I was pretty happy. Pretty happy before I could understand what a doctor means to the society. I was happy to see the doctor in front of my name, to be true. So it started with you get into a great college, like any other student, else's decision could be imposed. So while at medical school, I somewhere read that a great teacher is one who motivates you. I had this image, I had the image of the sentence in my mind that every teacher of mine would motivate me to be a good doctor. By doctor, I mean that it's not only about treating patients. It's not only about writing just the prescriptions. It's not only about working in a corporate hospitals, earning really good salary, writing the prescription which is more than necessary, and earning which is not supposed to be. While at medical school, we are supposed to go for camps, go for rural areas, see people, how they survive, educate them, treat them. And on this journey, I came to know that 64% of the population reside in rural areas. So I was like being a normal student, nothing great, because I was really poor in mugging. I couldn't score that great. Like everything is normal, like in the top 5 brackets and all. But I always wanted to know why the statistics that my professor every year show me is the same. So by third year, our practical classes started, and I was not very interested, but not very dumb even. And at the same time, I was expecting that my professor would motivate me to be a great doctor, to be a good surgeon, which didn't happen. Unfortunately, I could see even today, when many of my friends from many other colleges say that, mostly we are made to fear our professors. And what I have personally experienced, what people have said, that where there is fear, you cannot raise your queries. When you cannot raise your queries, you cannot solve your questions. Because we are supposed to be guided by the seniors. I used to be really frustrated with that. Every time I used to be told that you cannot pass the exam, look at the students, they're scoring really high. But I couldn't say at the same time that other students who are scoring high is doing at times some surgeries which are wrong, which are manipulated. I couldn't tell that because I was feared. I was feared of failing in the internals. Of course, I can understand many of us here might have the same mentality as well. So somehow I managed to pass my grad. And then I realized that this is not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to be a doctor who sits in his own clinic, his multi-specialty clinic, a corporate hospital, of course, because hardly people opt for government hospitals because they don't provide air conditioned rooms, they don't provide with all screening systems. So people opt for corporate hospitals more. But I didn't want to do that. While I was in medical school, I have realized that why majority of the people are sick. It's not that they have some disease. It's that they don't know what health is all about. They come to a doctor only when they fell sick. And like, I'm having a small story. It's a story about an IITian. While I was third year, a really good working IITian working for Texas Instruments, he came to me. He came to me as a patient. And I was always fascinated by the word IIT. I was like, wow, someone intelligent. He came to me and he's like, ma'am, I think one of my liver is not working. For instant, I didn't realize what he's talking about. I asked him, I'm sorry. He's like, I think one of my liver is not working. I immediately got what is wrong with people. They are not aware of what health is all about when they are not sick. When they are well, they are not aware of what health is all about. And the state is with urban population who are supposed to read good books, who are supposed to watch television, who are supposed to read newspapers. Still the state is that. Just imagine what is the state in rural India. Hardly they can eat. Forget about reading what health is all about. So it started urging me to do something about awareness, health awareness. But then it's like you are a doctor, just a graduate. In India, just a graduate is almost equivalent to not uneducated. So what to do about this? Then the media, it came to my mind that media would be a strong way to promote the awareness in health education. I thought that I'd be the only one going to Times of India and saying that, look, I want to write for you. I was overconfident, actually. I did that. I went to bigger brands. I started with bigger brands stating that I want to write for you, etc., etc. And they are like, excuse me. And I'm like, I want to write for you. And they're like, are you working with us? I'm like, okay, no, I'm not working with you. He's like, no, I'm really sorry, ma'am. We have enough list of editors to write all these things. So, okay, then I was like, the door looks like shut. What to do next? Still, I tried. I kept on trying with a little lower brands. What do you call brand? I'm not supposed to use the name brand, but then when it goes by the engineering colleges, when you apply for companies, the resume, when IIT is flashed, automatically you get shortlist compared to an IIT, unless and until your grades are really, really low. So it happened the same way. Then I started with a little lower range. I negotiated with them. A few of them were somewhat interested, and like any marketing guy, I had to convince them that, okay, I can be of great value, I can do this, I can do that. I have to overexpose the figures to greater numbers to tell that I can reach this amount of population. And one not very talented person was really trusting in me. He was like, okay, fine, you can write for us, but you can write only for 50 words. I told this to my parents that, my name is going to be printed on newspaper for the first time. And my mom is like, are you writing for free? Out of nothing, that question was never in my mind, that what is for free? And he's like, see, you are a girl in India. We need you to get married. We need a guy at least who earns well. We have to say something that we made our daughter read till, graduate from medical school and she does earns nothing. This is the first time it came in my mind that, okay, I have to earn. So then I went back to them, but at this age, you cannot just go and talk to the senior editor stating that how much you're going to pay me. But still, I wanted to know this, that am I getting something? So after that, I got the rules and regulations. First one is written, we are not giving you any kind of payment. I was like, okay, fine. So I came back to my parents stating that no, they're not giving, but it's a big brand. Payment is not everything. They're like, okay, you can keep it as a side thing. You can follow it as like some time pass. And you have to pursue masters. It's a taboo in India that a doctor has to be a doctor, which I truly don't believe. How come? How come at this stage people do think the same? So I was like, okay, fine, at least I am allowed to. I was really happy to see my name on global paper, whatever it is. So the article came out. I asked by which date it's going to come out, and they said so and so. It took me really long time to search a very small piece of article in a 26-page paper or 15-page paper. Somehow I eventually found it, the first thing in the mind was, flash it on Facebook. Tell to all my friends that, okay, I have done something. It gave me a lot of confidence. It gave me a lot of confidence. At least I tried, I could reach the readers, and my email was printed next to it. Fortunately, I got one mail stating that, okay, we saw you writing on this, we'd like to more about this. So those were the small steps of like confidence that made me believe in myself. But then I had to go long way. I thought of going long way, apart from many people saying that, oh my God, you have started writing, you have wasted 6 years of your medical education. I couldn't think that, how did you waste 6 years of your medical education? I mean, people still do think that, okay, she has passed out of a medical college. She should go teach, treat the patients, write prescription, come back home. But what about the education aspect? Still in prescription, we write health, education, and motivation. And the people, when they know that you are not pursuing your masters, you are not pursuing your post-graduation after MBBS, they're like, oh my God, you wasted your life. So I started living with that. Out of my surprise, even the corporates consulting or whatever, one of the consulting firms, when my parents repeatedly used to say that you have to earn, you have to earn, you have to earn, one day I spoke to my friends that, see, I'm not really interested to treat patients, but I like talking to people. I really like consulting. And he happens to be a guy from McKinsey. He's like, cool, come to McKinsey, we are consultants. Till that date, I never used to know what a consulting is. So I was like, okay, where is our website? I went to website and I went to Google to see the consulting firms in India and abroad, and I saw some 16 names there, topmost the McKinsey, BCG, and so on. So I went to their website and I was really happy to see it was written, we accept people from all walks of life, and my search ended there. I was like, wow, they accept people from all walks of life. And then I saw the application format. For a medical student, any medical student, even after masters, that resume would never exist for us. I've never heard of resume. I've never seen, at least if I've heard somewhere subconsciously, I've never seen a resume. So in that application part, one resume upload was there. So I thought, okay, they don't know me, they must be asking my name, my degree at least. So I made a resume of, out of a one Microsoft page, I made a resume of hardly 3-4 lines. And out of more surprise, I got a call from Boston Consulting Group the next day. I was like, wow, I was overflowing with confidence that I can do something. She called me up and she is like, ma'am, we received your application in good order, but we want your resume. I was really surprised. I told her, no, I attached my resume. She's like, no, ma'am, we want your resume. So I was like, okay, but it's a corporate hospital. It listed among the top ones. I couldn't say her that I don't know what a resume is. I was like, okay, fine, I'll attach my resume. I came back, I searched Google what a resume is. All the resumes apparently popped out of engineers. So it was like there was some CAT, CAM written on that, some Java, C++ and all. And everything just souped inside the Java, which is there like in coffee day. We used to go to have coffees. So I was like, then what to do? I tried to copy resume to see at least something I can write. Like one of our speakers told, they have you have various parts of your resume. You have what did you do, your academics and experience, work experience, all these things. I never had any work experience other than treating patients. Yeah, one article was there which was in bold in my resume. So after that, I applied to that, and to be lucky, I got shortlisted the next very day. I was really, really happy. Okay, I made something, and I got a shortlist. I have seen many of the IITians even fail to get a shortlist. I was on the 7th world. I went and sat in the interview hall, and I was really confident and happy about that I'm sitting with the partners of a really good, renowned, and respected corporate place. So I expected that they would at least know what a doctor is. Like, other people who tell that, oh my God, you have wasted your life. So after the interview, I thought that everything went well. To my surprise, I came up with a question. Uh, do you think you can serve us? I mean, we're really not confident about taking you to a client who belongs to telecom. I was like, oh my God, not once again. That people are thinking that I've wasted my life. I've gone to some other direction. They're like, we mostly encourage MBAs, and you don't have an MBA. Okay, can you work on Excel sheet? Do you know what a stakeholders mean? And these were really colorful words in front of me. And I was feeling that I didn't do anything, I think. I mean, the graduation was nothing. I came out with awful feeling that, okay, I have done anything else. But then I wanted to tell the nation that medical profession is nothing but any other profession where you serve the society, you help yourself grow, and you can also start off with, if you thought of something to serve the society in spite of being not into that field. I really wanted to ask them that you hire engineers. Do you really take in notice of how many engineers stick to your company for even a year? But I couldn't ask because, again, we are feared. We are feared of our seniors. We are not supposed to ask such questions, which even if it is true. So after that, I decided that now I have to do something. I have to start building my resume at the same time because, like in your age, you can afford to, most of them, you can't just afford to say by the society pressure or your parents' pressure to do nothing, sit at home and just dream. But at the same time, I continued writing for other papers. But at that time, I used to write for not 50 words, but 500 words, 1,000 words. And it was a regular thing for me. I started getting emails stating that they want to know more about the procedure, they want to know more about that part. I wanted to take it in a bigger platform. So the bigger platform where people would really give you a chance for free was the NGOs. I tried dealing with the biggest NGOs, and I told them that, okay, I'm a doctor, but I want to work in the side of health education. And they're like, what do you mean by health education? What do you want to do? I'm like, see, you educate kids. I just want to incorporate something on health sector so that they also know how to maintain themselves apart from doing other educational stuffs. And everybody welcome there. I mean, I'm more happy to get such an opportunity, but it was a good one. But at the same time, I had to continue proving myself. I don't tell you here that don't take a tag and just keep wondering with your thoughts and with your plans. Definitely in this world, we need a tag because I think without a tag, it's really tough to prove that you can actually do something. I at times want to ask that if I read a book of an MBA and I don't write the exam, just the final exam, and the person who read the same book has gone through the same experiment, the same cases, and wrote the final exam, what is the difference between the two? The exam marks? Maybe, yeah. Maybe it is true because our great ancestors has made something, it must have got something in it. But at the same time, I tell you that if you really think that being an engineer, being a doctor, or being whatever, you can contribute to the society, not in that direction, but some other direction, you should pursue.